Mike Tyson is fighting for the heavyweight title.
It's okay, I like that.
You need that?
I just like it. It's exciting. See, I'm the kind of, I get bored very easy, you know what I mean? And that's probably just my only problem. It's very easy for me to get bored. I have a short attention span, especially with people. I get bored easy, so I like excitement like that. I feel exciting.
But is there anywhere in your psyche, Mike, doubt?
I always have doubt because without doubt, a person who's secured in their position, you know what I mean, is in position to lose their security, because you can't go in a situation with 100% security, because then you leave things open for mistakes, because you're totally secured to everything. You're not expecting anything, because you're totally secured in everything. So you think in your mind, this is secured when it's not necessarily secured, because it's
so doubt is a good thing?
Oh, doubt is beautiful.
We'll finish things in.
Oh, the uppercut!
What an uppercut by Douglas, and down goes Tyson.
Mike Tyson has been knocked out in his only 2 pro defeats. The wall of invulnerability has been scaled before, and after a horrific beating suffered at the hands of Holyfield, Tyson was left in a haze.
Is it true you asked John Horn, your manager, one of your co-managers, what round did I knock him out in?
No, I thought, yeah, of course I thought I knocked him out. But then John said, no, Mike, trust me, you don't know what happened here. Relax. I said, no, I'm okay. And he said, no, Mike, just relax for a minute. Cool, sit down for a minute, and I'll explain to you what happened.
And when he told you, how did you feel?
What the hell? It'd be another day.
I've interviewed you 7, 8 times, and I remember you saying, I lose, I die.
Fighters, that's all we have. That's what fighters have. That's why we're famous. We're there to show our heart, our determination. We're there to spill our blood. That's what we're there for. We're there to lose our blood and lose our, whatever it is, our frame of mind, our just soul. We're there to, that's what we're there. If we're there for anything else, we're in the wrong business. If we think we're there just to look good and gain fans, no, that's not there. We're there to suffer. We're there to die. I just want to shake your hand, man. It's been so long. I just want to touch you.
Right on. That's what I want to see. Congratulations!
I'm a man. I'm not afraid to give credit where credit is due. But I was just, I never had any idea he could fight as well as he did.
Mm-hmm. Mike Tyson called you on the phone, he needed you, would you be there for him?
Yes, I would. The one thing is that, you know, I'm one of the type of guys that, you know, that always liked him. Like that, because in life, I see that I could be a bigger help than a lot of other people, because what he have, I have too.
I don't know, man. That's probably one of these things, the win over people. I love him, and I'm a good, you know what I mean? I'm not with that. I'm not with bull. You know what I mean? You say that I respect, that's a man, and I respect that man. Like, I respect him. You know what I mean? But I don't love him. I wouldn't want anything to happen with him. I'll fight tooth and nail for anything about him from a human perspective. You know what I mean? I'll defend him any way like that. But when we're in that ring, we're the archest of enemies.
Mike Tyson identifies with the Marauder. He has statues of history's conquerors in his garden.
Alexander the Great.
The baddest cat there is. You know why? The fact is, he was just a boy, and he took over most of the world as it was known.
Did you read all you could get your hands on?
Everything. Yeah.
You know he was gay. Did you know?
I don't know anything about that.
I'm just telling you, okay?
How do you know? I never read anything about him being gay.
That's what I hear.
Well, listen, I think he kicked a lot. This gay guy kicked a lot of ass. All right.
That's what you like most about him? That
yeah.
He kicked it?
I don't care what he does. He got the job done.
If you were to lose.
I can't conceive myself losing. It has to happen for me to even comment on it.
You're that sure?
Yeah.
But you just told me a few moments ago, doubt is there.
Yeah, but I just can't conceive it. I don't even express it. You know what I mean? There's always doubt, but I don't even express it. I don't even compliment the doubt. But he's a hell of a fighter. I just have a great deal of respect for him as a fighter. And I'm just glad to have this opportunity. And we're going to see if he's really a big boy now.
Mike Tyson served 3 years in an Indiana prison after being convicted of rape. To this day, he steadfastly maintains he was unjustly incarcerated. But what went on behind the walls of that prison might shed some light on Tyson's maturation and evolution as a man. He had correspondences, he read voraciously, and he had visitors. One visitor was also, at that time, a world champion who urged Tyson to become a warrior for a just cause.
Well, you know, it was a very wonderful experience visiting with Mike Tyson, because he had just embraced Islam. and I was talking to him that a lot of people were, thinking that this is for you going to jail is something that is unfortunate. But really, while you're in jail, you discover Islam. So this is the best thing that can ever happen to you.
Then we started talking, and I was explaining to him Islam, and he said, whoa, you know this already. He said, I didn't think you know this. I came here to talk to you just in case you didn't know certain issues, but I was pretty much astute. I didn't know everything, but I was pretty much astute. I read the Quran.
He was crying because a lot of this conversation was back and forth, and he loved Islam.
Did you really cry? Did you weep? Is that true that you started getting emotional?
No, not necessarily weep. It's just that when I talk about God, I get emotional.
Mike Tyson is a converted Muslim. He prays up to 5 times a day, fasts during Ramadan, and reads the Quran. He says Islam gave him clarity, and Allah gave him humility.
What do you love most about God?
His salvation, his understanding, he's enlightened me. A Muslim is just your conduct. And when you conduct yourself Islamically, and only God can judge you.
Do you think you're a good person?
I think I'm incredible. Because most people are just well-behaved, you know what I mean? They know what people want to hear, want to say, oh, I love God, and God is this, God is that, you know what I mean? We're not perfect. And if we were perfect, God would get rid of all of us and put imperfect people on this earth, you know what I mean? Because that's a part of growth. That's how you reach your highest level of understanding, by making these mistakes in the past, so you hopefully won't make them in the future.
Make no mistake, Mike Tyson has a dark and brutal past. But for the menacing reputation, he has a compassionate and gentle side rarely seen in public.
No, I'm not medicine. I mean, on the contrary, I'm pretty considerate and loving towards my children and my wife, but the fact is, that's just not realistic. No one's lily white. No one's perfect. And I don't want to be put in that category. You know what I mean? Because at times, if I'm upset, I'll fight. I'll strike someone or something. Someone upset me to the degree I feel threatening for my life, for my children, I'll strike somebody. And may do worse than that. But the fact is, I'm just out here surviving, and I just want to take care of my kids.
And some of the kids he took an interest in a few years ago were from the Young Adult Institute for the Retarded in New York City. This was not a photo opportunity for Mike. Just ask the kids.
I do love you. Well, I love this guy a lot.
These people, they got sentenced without a crime. These people are dealing with a situation. And in that particular institution, these particular people, they were severely retarded, and they were going to work. They were finding themselves around, getting in cabs, and they were given jobs, and they was living a normal life to the best of their ability.
How did that touch you and affect you, Mike?
My life is not that bad, and most people's lives are not that bad. When you look at people who are totally, supposedly in the light of doom, this is just something that I've always been involved with, because I'm uninhibited. It's nothing that I'm afraid to do, and I don't get embarrassed. I'm not afraid to touch somebody. Like, a lot of people are afraid to touch them because they're afraid they're going to catch a disease or something, afraid to hug them or kiss them. And believe it or not, they sense that too.
You know, the things that we're talking about now is probably most important of all of us as human beings, being able to have a family, have someone to love you back unconditionally. These type of things that we all, that's success. That's something we all strive for and want in life.
Mike Tyson is married, the father of 3 children with another baby on the way.
Do you like being a dad?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
What do you want for your children?
My children, they have the opportunity to have a good life. We're lucky. I'm lucky. My son may not be lucky to survive what I survived. My daughter may not be lucky to survive. I don't want them to be some radical nuts. I don't want them to say, well, we're going to fight for this cause. I want them to say, yes, sir, no, sir, and yes, go to school. And I know people say, you weren't like that, but...
You were like that.
I know, but they may not be lucky.
Tyson's power and terror in the ring manifested his trouble and sad past outside of it. He was a violent and delinquent youth, and it marked him as a man.
And what did I have? I had a mother who was alcoholic, and I had a father who was a pimp, a hustler in the streets.
You must understand that Mike Tyson comes from Brownsville, Brooklyn. Brooklyn's bad enough, but I'm talking about Brownsville, Brooklyn, where a father he never knew at all
and from an infant left with a mother who was only there when she wanted to be. The only difference between Mike Tyson and Michael Jordan is Mr. and Mrs. Jordan. The only difference between Mike Tyson and Grant Hill is Mr. and Mrs. Hill. Same thing with Tiger Woods. But Mike Tyson, this is the reason why I say he's the most extraordinary, persevering athlete we've ever had. He had none of those things.
Do you feel your life's been a success?
I don't know. You know what I mean?
Obviously a boxing success, clearly. Monetarily, you can't ask for more. But do you feel your life has been a success?
It depends on how you define success.
How do you define success?
I don't know. Perhaps just being happy with your kid. I wish my mother was alive to see me. I wish Customata was alive to see me. I like to believe I'm a better individual now.
What would you say you wish you could do over again?
I wish I was better as a child with my parents. I just wasn't a good child.
Obedient?
Yeah, I was very
law-abiding.
Rebellious. I was very rebellious, and I was just a hungry kid. And when you're hungry, you don't have respect for civilization, law, authority, or human life.
How do you take the past, make it work for the present, and be better for the future?
Well, we learn from our mistakes in the past, and hopefully we won't repeat them in the future. But I don't know if being somebody. I don't know what is being somebody. You know what I mean? If you're worth $100 million, or probably a little bit more than that, I don't know. In this society, that may be a sign of being somebody. You know what I mean? I take care of my children. My children never have to worry. I take care of my wife. I'm so responsible for them. You know, I take all responsibilities for them. Whatever their problem is my problem, and I'm trying to find out. I take care of everybody that works for me. I don't know if responsibility is not being somebody. I don't know what is.
Welcome back to Up Close Primetime. I'm Roy Firestone. Not much is really known about Mike Tyson away from the ring. We know he's had a tragic life, that he lost his mother, his sister, his guardian, and his first manager. We know he grew up on the mean streets of Brownsville, New York. But little, if anything, is known of Mike Tyson, the person. We tried to find out.
What makes your heart light? What makes you laugh? What makes you walk around all day and feel, God, what a great day this is?
Yes, watching my daughter say something new, or yes, my daughter Mikey calls me on the phone and says something. I say, what else you got to tell me? I got to go. I got to talk to John. I got to take care of some bills. What else do you got to tell me? Oh, I love you. I love you too. Thank you, Daddy. And you know, that's cool. I think that's pretty cool.
That could get you going for the whole day, couldn't it?
Oh, that's something.
Mike Tyson lives next door to entertainer Wayne Newton in residential Las Vegas. Now, in his early years, Tyson was fascinated by pigeons. Well, these days, he keeps tigers as pets.
Mine's took 400 pounds. I got 400 pounds out there that I ride on their back.
You ride on the tiger's back? You're kidding?
Yeah.
Do they like that?
They swim with me, too.
The tigers swim in the pool?
Yeah, they swim. I hold on to them, they say, pull me. Yeah, guys, come on, guys, check it out. Let me play a little bit before you can get me in there if I can go, all right?
Tyson is not much of a sports fan. It might be said that basketball is not his game.
Yeah, fun.
When I went to Ohio with you once, 7 or 8 years ago, I saw you play basketball. You're a lousy basketball.
I've improved greatly, yeah. 3 years I've improved greatly.
You have got a good jump shot now?
Oh, yeah. You'll be impressed. Yeah. I put a great deal of emphasis in one particular endeavor, and that was fighting. Like, you can't take it. Listen, I stand a better chance of doing anybody else's sport than they would in doing my sport.
How would Michael Jordan do in the ring?
Huh?
Michael Jordan in the ring.
I think he would do very good. Not just coming off the ring, but I think he would be a good fighter. If he started off young, just some people have to have the net. I think he'd be an incredible fighter.
Clearly, boxing was the love, and first prize was simpler, if not more satisfying back then.
When I was younger, 12, 14, we fought for trophies, and we would go around the trophy. The trophies would be stacked up on the table, and so we would run up to the table and we'd go, oh, that's outstanding. And so I'm getting that tonight. No, you are. I'm getting it tonight. I'm arguing among the kids who's going to get the outstanding trophy. He said, you watch and say, I'm a shine and I'm going to get that trophy. And the battle wasn't against the other guy. The battle was within your teammates. Who's going to get that trophy and who wants that trophy? And it just comes to your satisfying yourself.
What would you like people who are cynical or skeptical of you know about you? I know maybe it's not important what they know, but what would you wish they could know about you?
I wish they could know if they're not smart enough to be my friend. It's just the truth.